Hello, my name is Ian, and I'm 58 years old.
A child unborn, the darkness, the day are one to me.
Both my mother and Matt had been abused by their alcoholic fathers. Of course, it wasn't called abuse in those days. It was called discipline. I'll give you something to cry about. I met Matt when I was 24 and he was only 19. My sister dubbed him Matt the Rat. The most common form of punishment was being sent to bed without any dinner. The standard punishment for backtalk or any kind of insubordination was having one's mouth washed out with soap. Matt was always after me about my weight. One night I decided to fry a veal cutlet. Matt was determined that I wouldn't eat it. I was just as determined that I would. I forget exactly how things escalated, but eventually Matt took out a bottle of Pine Sol, poured it over the veal cutlet in the frying pan. I calmly picked up the veal cutlet, rinsed it off under the tap, and put it back in the frying pan. We lived above a pizza joint on St. Clair West. There was a really steep staircase from the ground floor up to our apartment. A good 13 or 14 stairs. If my sister and I were fighting, my mother would grab us both by the hair and bang our foreheads together. We were fighting, and I wanted to get away, go for a walk, cool down. Just as I started down the stairs, I felt something hit me in the small of my back. Suddenly I was flying through the air, and then I hit bottom. Matt came rushing down the stairs to make sure I was still alive. He didn't even remember kicking me. I just got up and walked out the door.
Am I free? Am I chained? Am I dead? Will I live? Will I weep? Will I wake from this dream of my hope?
The last time I got the strap, I was maybe 12, 14. It was an old brown leather belt about 1.5 inches wide. I criticized my carrots at dinner one night. My father marched me down to the basement, made me pull down my pants, and gave me 12 good whacks on my bare behind. The final straw came when I inadvertently exposed a lie that Matt had told his sister. We were riding in the back of her car, and he quietly reached over and burned the back of my hand with his cigarette. That's when I finally said, "Enough is enough."
And then no more. It ends the torture of a pain.
I like to tell people that I ran away from home when I was 23. My father had died by then, and my sister had left town a few years before. So it was just my mother and me. After we split up, I started eating a 2-liter tub of peanut butter and chocolate ice cream every single night for months. I gained almost 100 pounds and became diabetic, but at least I didn't have to deal with the feelings.
I see beyond the things I saw, the life within my living death.
Today is Matt's birthday. He'll be 53 years old. I haven't seen him in almost 20 years, but I still feel grateful. It's because of Matt that I no longer tolerate bullies. It's because of Matt that I learned to say no. Mother always boiled the bejeepers out of carrots. I still can't stand the damn things.